My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
Sid Schumann.
Hey, Sid.
Yes.
Yeah, it's me, Sean Layden. Hey, I just wanted to hit you up last minute to see, just some of the plans we had for PSX this year. A lot of our fans, and viewers around the world are excited for this year's PSX. I know we put out the memo. Don't expect too much, but hey, I just want to know like what we do have to talk about.
Hey, Sid, I was just thinking about the same thing.
Well, hey, how about this? Let's bring out Hideo Kojima on stage. He's Hideo Kojima. The fans will go crazy. Let's bring him out on stage, right?
Okay, quick question. What will we have him do?
Let's have him show the same Death Stranding trailer that they all just saw at the Game Awards, but because he's actually on stage this time sitting with us, it'll be like them seeing it for the first time, and because he's Hideo Kojima, like they'll think he's a genius, right? So let's have him do that. They'll have a standing ovation for the genius of Hideo Kojima, and let's move on from that.
Tomorrow.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
So Jesus Christ. So PSX, just gonna, I guess do like a quick little, recap on it. Before I even start though, in Sony's defense, okay, defending Sony, they did tell us, hey, suckers, don't get too pumped for this, don't get too excited for this, this junk ain't gonna be like how last year's was, like, we ain't got too much stuff to show y'all this time. They did say, not to get too excited for this PSX in their defense. But even saying that, I mean, nigga, goddamn, this junk, I didn't even go into this junk excited and I was still disappointed. How is that possible? Like, I wasn't even like really pumped for this junk. Like, I was like, okay, fine, cool. It's not going to be how like last year's was, it can't always be that good, but so good. It was like, I didn't even have expectations for this junk, and it still didn't meet my expectations. Like, I don't understand. It was like in the form of a talk show. Like, they had Sid Schumann there. They had Sean Layden, which my chat was just going in all night on. They had Sean Layden there. A couple of people that, that were representatives of, either PlayStation or some, game studio from PlayStation. They had a dude from Santa Monica Studios, or what was his name? Like Corey, something like that. He was there, to talk about God of War. This sucker seemed like he wasn't even really there. He was just like, he was like staring off into space, and then they would ask him questions about God of War. He's like, yeah, it'll be cool. Like, he was as vague as you could possibly be. Like, he didn't really have anything else to give us for God of War. No release dates for games. I was at least expecting that. At the very least, give us like a release date for Spider-Man, God of War, maybe some Days Gone, Detroit Become Human. Like, I just expected us to see games that we already knew about, but to get release dates for those games. Not even that, dude. That junk had like a lot of awkward moments, a lot of silence, like, so yeah, how about them Dolphins? It was like, sucker, I could have sworn, I could be wrong, but I could have sworn at one moment Sean Layden was like in his chair like, his sucker was falling asleep. There was no new gameplay. I was low-key hoping for, you know, some Last of Us 2 very early gameplay, even though that was a stretch. I thought that could have been possible. You know, that whole, thing that they showed. Speaking of the Game Awards, sucker, I think this is the first time I'ma ever say the Game Awards was actually better than PSX. Like, I enjoyed the Game Awards more so this year than PSX. Jesus Christ. I never thought I would say that, but you know, that game that was from Software, you know, the whole Two Shadows Die or whatever that junk called. You know, a lot of people think that was Bloodborne 2, you know, but we didn't really know, because it was like, you want to talk about a teaser, that junk was like a freaking sample, like a freaking Costco sample, a freaking Sam's Club sample. I thought at the very least, like, they might dive more into that, and it was so short at the Game Awards because they were going to show more at PSX. Nah, didn't see none of that. No new Spider-Man gameplay, no Kingdom Hearts 3, no Days Gone, no freaking new God of War gameplay. They did show Detroit Become Human. Not the best gameplay to show for Detroit Become Human. I'm guessing it's cool. Listen, for the people that actually went to PSX, if you went specifically for like a conference, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, like, Jesus Christ, what a terrible one to choose, you know. But PSX, for the people that went, is not just about the conferences. They, you know, they get to go out on the show floors and play these new games and stuff like that, and go to these panels. So for the people that actually paid to go to PSX, like, yeah, the conference was trash, but it's not like that's it for them, you know. But for the people watching that stayed up, suckers in the UK inside my stream, and it's like 6-7 a.m. for them, you know, for the suckers in Finland and, you know, just across seas that stayed up late last night. Even for the people in the East Coast, this junk started at 11 p.m. For the suckers that stayed up to watch this junk, is like, again, Sony did warn us not to get excited for us, but still, for the people that stay up to watch this junk, you gotta give them something. You have to give them something, and there was nothing, dude. So yeah, they did have this new Detroit. I thought it was new, but some people said that they saw that gameplay already. So, but they did show some new Detroit Become Human gameplay. They showed, some freaking Media Molecule Dreams gameplay, not even trying to bash the game, but it's just like, okay, that's cute. You know, so they showed Detroit Become Human in Dreams, but yeah, going back to, like, just the way they were doing the show. They brought out the Corey dude from God of War, Santa Monica Studios. It didn't even look like he had anything to give us. It was just like they show, you know, the pair, and that's another thing. I don't know if PSX needs to be done every year, because I truly feel like after Paris Games Week, Sony had nothing else to show. And Paris Games Week was actually, like, really good, in my opinion. But it seems like after watching PSX this year, it's like they had nothing else to show. So why didn't they just say that? Like, I think they have built this monster now known as PSX because of how that junk was last year. And now it's like, it's almost like Sony's own exclusive E3. So now when people hear PSX, they always think about, oh, okay, this PSX, this going, you know, this going to be like, you know, Sony's last banger before they end the year. So now PSX is like looked at as this big event. But if you don't have anything to show, why don't Sony just say that? PSX has only been going on for what, like 2 or 3 years? I think it started like in 2015. It hasn't been going on that long. I don't feel like PSX has to be after watching that junk last night, there's no way PSX has to be a every year thing. So why not just say that? You know, I'm not sure if they don't want to disappoint the fans saying like, hey, there'll be no PSX this year, but you don't want to have people get excited for this junk and it ends up being like that. So, but yeah, the whole God of War gameplay they were showing, it was from Paris Games Week. Dude, Corey didn't have like no other like stuff to give. He was like, yeah, we're currently playtesting the game. It'll be great. Like that's pretty much all he did. Bought out Hideo Kojima. Listen, love Hideo Kojima. We all love Hideo Kojima, but Jesus, this Kojima dick slurping that's been going, like, there's no other way around it. Like, I truly believe, like, they just bring out Hideo Kojima now strictly because he's Hideo Kojima. Like, I love the dude, you know, but you bring him out to essentially show the same, like, 8+ minute Death Stranding trailer that we just saw at the Game Awards. I thought they was going to, like, you know, just show, like, a part of it. They legit made us sit through that whole Death Stranding trailer that we just saw at the Game Awards. And then Hideo Kojima, he's like talking about lunch with Andrew. Just the way they were doing it. Like Andrew House and Hideo Kojima are like talking about like how they first met and how like his code got stolen. And then they're talking about like the lunches that they would share. I'm like, what the freak am I watching? So again, it was probably trying to be more like kind of open and laid back and less corporate. I get that. I do. I get it, but it's like, what are we doing here? Like, suckers have stayed up late and you're talking about lunch and like the day you met Hideo Kojima and this dude's just smiling the whole time like, they love me. So it's like, you know, I mean, dude, like, it literally got to the point to where it truly felt like a talk show. Like, I felt like I was watching, like, Dr. Phil for games or something. Like, I'm like, bro, what, like, they were talking so much. It was more so talking than about showing games. Like, they would show like something like a little freaking indie title or like PlayStation VR, but then they would go back to talking for like 25 minutes and it's just like, so about them games. Like it truly was like a talk show, medieval. So you know how, before Crash came out, Sean was wearing, you know, the whole Crash shirt and people was like, oh my God, they bring it back, Crash. So he's wearing like a shirt and like Sid, Schumann was like, so, Sean, what's that, shirt you're wearing, down there? People are starting to, you know, kind of, speculate. And then Sean's like, oh, Jesus. He's like, oh, Jesus. And, you know, puts down his shirt. I didn't even know what the junk was at first, but it's from Medieval. I played Medieval growing up. You know, I liked it, but it's like, out of all the remasters that you could bring back on PlayStation, you decide to, you know, talk about like, listen, you could have did, right. Let's be real. I mean, suckers have been asking for, you know, Sly Cooper to come back. Suckers been asking for Spyro to come back. I mean, Jesus, I don't know. SOCOM that people been asking for since the PS3 to come back, a freaking HD SOCOM 1 and 2 remaster. Hell, throw in 3 while you're at it, you know? Freaking, I don't know, SOCOM Resistance, and you do Medieval, my guy. Not saying the game's trash at all. Not trying to slander the name known as Medieval, but you do Medieval, my guy's like, okay, cool. You know, so they did that. Bought out Shuhei Yoshida. This sucker didn't even look like he wanted to be there. He was just like, it was bad, dude. Like, it was bad. It was like so much talking. And it's like, I truly felt like they had Mark Cerny out on stage too. And that's when there was like 5 or 6 people on stage and like they're running out of cards. And because of that, they have nothing to talk about. Like they were running out of stuff to talk about. That's why I feel like you know, Andrew House started to talk about, you know, his lunches with Kojima because they didn't have anything to talk about. Like they were running out of cards to talk about. Shuhei Yoshida, This is when they had the Shuhei Yoshida and Greg Miller segment. I like Greg Miller, but this ain't the place for him. Like, nobody cares about kind of funny Greg Miller being out on stage saying, hey, make sure you go to our Patreon, kind of funny. Like, he literally said that. Patreon.com/kind of funny. I'm like, at PSX, dude. Don't even, I have no problem with Greg Miller, but I truly believe, and I was saying this junk in my stream last night, I truly believe they had so few things to talk about that they called up Greg Miller last second and said, hey, Greg, yeah? Hey, you want to do like a, exclusive, like your own kind of funny show at PSX? It'll be great. And I truly believe like they threw whatever dollars they had to get this man last minute just so the other people that had nothing to say, Sid Schumann, Sean Layden, Corey from Santa Monica, Mark Cerny, so all they could go backstage and just be like, let's just watch this travesty that's going on right now. I truly believe like that's what happened. So Greg Miller and Shuhei Yoshida was talking for like, damn, dude, it seemed like an hour plus, dude. I don't know how long it was, but Greg Miller was on stage saying, Beyond! And all that Jesus Christ. He had his own kind of funny segment talking to Shuhei Yoshida. Shuhei was just like, he didn't really look interested himself, you know, and Shuhei, such a nice guy, you know, but, so yeah, I mean, am I missing anything that's worthy of talking about? I don't think so, you know, again, so in Sony's defense, let's put this all in perspective. In Sony's defense, they did say, don't expect too much from this PSX. And I didn't. I didn't go into this jump with no high expectations. I wasn't expecting too much. But at the very least, dude, some release dates for games. Maybe some new gameplay for something, you know, maybe dive more into From Software's, you know, whatever thing that they're working on, you know, something, dude. How can I go in this jump with not really any expectations and still come out disappointed? Like, that is my question, you know, so, yeah, PSX, clearly wasn't how last year's, PSX was, and I think that's the spot that Sony is in right now, like, but I don't want them to feel like they have to do PSX every year. PSX has not been going on that long. I think it started in 2015. It's either 2014 or 2015. It's not been going on that long. So it's not like you have to do PSX every year. Clearly they didn't really have nothing to show. And if that's the case, then just say, hey, we don't really have nothing else to show you guys this year. You guys know about all the stuff that's being worked on. If we don't have no new gameplay or new details to give you guys, hey, Paris Games Week was our last, you know, showing for this year. We'll go into 2018, you know, showing, you know, something else. But for the remainder of this year, we ain't got nothing for y'all. I think it would have been okay if they said that. But, you know, because now PSX is looked at as almost like, you know, their new main focus instead of E3. People are, even if you come out and say don't expect too much, people are still going to expect something. That's what I'm saying. So PSX, wasn't good this year. I don't know how anybody could say like they enjoyed PSX this year, unless you actually went there and not even talking about the conferences, but talking about going on the show floors and playing the games there and talking to the people there and panels and stuff like that. It's different if you went there, I'm guessing. But for a viewer, it was not fun to watch. A lot of people feel like they wasted 2+ hours of their time freaking staying up for this junk. Thank God you guys came through my stream and watched it with me. Shout out to every soul that did that, because if you guys didn't do that, sucker, I would have went to sleep. I either would went to sleep or went on blacked.com. Like, period. So, you know, PSX, it definitely wasn't a good showing this year. What do you guys think? You know, should PSX be done every year. Is a PSX needed every year, you know? Or again, I've said it multiple times, like Sony's put themselves in this spot, but do you guys think PSX is needed every year? I personally, after seeing this jump last night, I don't think it is. And I don't think it's a problem if they come out and say, hey, we're not doing PSX this year, you know? But what do you guys think about PSX? What do you guys think about the whole thing that went down? You know, leave it down. I bet them Xbox fanboys were having a blast. Like, they're like, oh, this is great. This is what you Sony ponies were waiting for? This right here. So, PlayStation and all is, you can't be perfect all the time. You know, PS4's had a lot of success this year, but, you know, it has its blunders from time to time, and this is just the latest, you know. So let me know what you guys thought about PSX. Leave all that down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Catch y'all on my next one, all right? Peace.